Hello and welcome to my next video in this Let's Play series of FortressCraft Evolved, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of a little bit more of our logistics concerns, and then after that we're going to see about getting some iron. So we've got a few more bars here, and one of my main concerns of getting all these bars is I really need a few more basic laser energy transmitters. But for right now, just because we've got some basic logistics set up, we're going to drop down one of these storage hoppers, and I'm going to let the 10 plates collect in there. So we do need 3 of these 10 plates, so that way we can make an extrusion plant. And there's our 3. And then from there, there's our extrusion plant.
Crafting.
Go ahead and make that, head on over to where the copper is, and I'm going to come over, let's say about there, and let's drop a few belts to get that connected. So that needs to go down and then over. And then we'll set one more there, and there's storage for copper wires. Alright, so we got our copper wires being produced, we got 10 plates being produced. Both of these items are extremely critical in our production. Throughout the game you're going to need hundreds if not thousands of them, so definitely get that production going early. And yeah, you're going to need a lot of those. So yeah, I had a notice that I had a new block popping up, so I thought I'd go ahead and scan that. So at this point, now that we've have those 2 ores set up, we need to set up for iron. So what I like to do, just because of the nature of how I am, is I like to have one side for tin, one side for copper, one side for iron, and then the last for lithium, which is the 4th of the 4 first tier ores that you're going to have to go after. And usually what I like to do is head over, try to find the lowest place I can. Honestly, this is not low at all, but really doesn't matter that much. What I end up doing is just digging straight down. It's what I would say if I didn't run straight into some, what is that, tin? That is tin. I'm gonna go ahead and dig around that. Okay, so now you go ahead and dig. It's a comedy of errors going on around here. You dig straight down, and you'll eventually run into a cavern most likely. I'm gonna turn off my light so we don't run out of battery. But let's put on a couple of torches, and make sure to mark where you go, because you're going to need to get back out of here. And it's pretty nice, these caverns. They give you an interesting view. But looks like we got iron right there. But before I go ahead and scan that, let me ping for unknown material. And pretty much right off the bat I have, oh boy, I almost fell right there. That is a hole. And there's a little gem down there, by the way, we want to scan that. Now those become pretty useful early in the game. Okay, there it is. Keep detecting this block, and I wasn't able to get it. But one of the things that sucks about the scanning is, let me try that again. Whenever you scan, again, you're getting all these pink areas, and until they're actually researched, they're gonna keep showing up. So I like to go ahead and go back up before I go playing around too much with scanning for ore. Which is such a pain to try to get up here sometimes. That's probably a little bit difficult to watch in the video, but right now I'm just going back up to the surface. And I'll catch you in a little bit. Alright, so here I am back at the surface. We're going to go ahead and process all this research. That's what I would say if it'll go. That was a diamond crystal that we found down there in the cavern. Something else you want to do is pull the coal that's here. And the reason being is that you want to make torches. I've already made a few, but it takes 5 coal to make a torch. Just go ahead and make a bunch of those. You're going to want to use a lot of them. And I'm especially going to want to use a lot of them so that way you can see as you're watching me. But it's not the hole I made. You're going to want to make a lot of them as you play the game. Alright, so we move that over just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now that we're in this cavern, usually I like to get down to a depth of about 60. And as you can see, it's a pretty sizable cavern, But what I want to do from here, ping unknown, and again I'm getting this unknown material, but what I'm looking for is unknown ore. You do want to get this unknown material whenever you get the chance. It does become quite a pain otherwise. And actually make sure to try to do that whenever you first come down. And I'm going to go ahead and come back up and then come right back down after I research this. And I also have a horrible time with this grapple sometimes. Alright, so I'm back down in the cavern. Let's go and ping for unknown. Again, I'm getting some more of that unknown material. This is going to drive me crazy. And I've just fallen down the cavern. That is beautiful. This was not my intention. This is not going well for me at all. Let's go ahead and grab a few of these blocks here. Once it's in your inventory, it actually, you don't need to scan it. That works just as well having a sample of it. Alright, ping unknown. We are getting material, material, more material. We're just not going to get ore. Alright, well usually what you want to do is you want to do some scans, and there's plants here. For some reason whenever the game first loads, for me it doesn't show these plants, but those are plants. And if I ping here, I'm going to get iron because I'm right next to it. And I'll go ahead and pull from this source though. Go and scan that, and let me drop a torch down so that way we can see what's going on down here. Let's drop a few torches actually. So as you can see, there's actually tin, iron, and copper all next to each other. But I'm going to go ahead and get this iron out. And first thing I need to do though, drop down an ore extractor, of course. And then we're also going to drop down a logistics hopper. And the issue that we have here is going upward where we need to go. If you press K, it'll pull up this view, and it'll show you where everything is that you built and a couple of other things of importance like that. And that's a gem over there. And figure out where you are. You don't want to come up right under the CPH. You do want to set yourself up so that way you're not restricting yourself from what you need to do. In any case, so I have this all set up. I'm going to I don't know, I'm tempted to put it somewhere else, but we'll do it from here. We'll do it from here. So we've got the ore extractor. Let's go and give it a little bit of power, not a lot, just because I'm going to have some trouble with running out of power soon. Drop your conveyor belt on top of it, that'll work just fine, and start building right next to it. And these are going to build up facing the same way as the one that was below it. Let me actually drop a torch just so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I got my head in the way, so I didn't want to go up. But yeah, as you build, it's going to automatically... Oh boy, of course there's something right here. I believe that's coal. Of course. That's really annoying. And there's no easy way to dig that out whenever you first start. There is later on. Actually, let's not do it that far. But I really hate it whenever you can't just go straight up. It's not a huge deal, but sometimes you have to face this. So we got the copper that'll be coming up, iron that'll be coming up. Let me run that up a ways. And this is just how I like to do it for these, for iron, and I'm going to do something similar for lithium whenever we get to it. So as you can see, we are at a height of 7. What I personally like to do is like to keep this at surface level. So I'm going to come down here. You definitely don't have to do this, but this is just what I like to do. I'm going to come down here exactly where it's supposed to be, and I'm just going to dig this out. And other than having to saving on conveyor belts, not that they're a huge deal to use a lot of them, you're going to just, it keeps them more organized in my opinion. I like it that way. So again, there's that little trick. You hold control, left click, and it's going to build to you. So for this, we're going to build, let's say to here. And then I'm going to again drop down some material. Maybe not do it that way. There we go. So there's 5 across. And we're going to build this up. We're going to build one over. And we don't have any hoppers on us. That is perfectly fine. We're going to make some mini hoppers right now. Is what I would say, except I don't have any tin bars on me. Let's go and break that so that we don't have tin plates being made anymore, because we're going to need some tin bars queued up. And I'm going to let that queue up. And over here, I'm going to have an issue with the iron coming up because it's not going to have any power. But this video is getting a little bit long, so I'll go ahead and continue this, part 2 of getting your iron set up. And I will be back. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.